Alright, this is my part 2 for the future of horror games. I'm going to talk about the story, what I want to see in, the next Resident Evil. First of all, to making a good horror game story, less is better. The less you know is better. Like in Resident Evil, it's like a virus or like a mutating parasite. In Silent Hill, you're basically high. Ooh, spoiler! Yes, in all the Silent Hill games, you're not actually being attacked by monsters. You're stoned off a plant, that's why there's fog. You're actually killing people who are also stoned, but you're so stoned they appear to be monsters. And that's mostly how it works. It's either like demons from hell, or some weird government experiment makes monsters, or maybe it's just ghosts, which is kind of stupid. Because I don't know how the Fatal Frame games really work. You run around with a fucking camera, so I don't know how fun that would be. I'd rather have a gun. And I know in Resident Evil 6 they're doing a reboot. Well, maybe a reboot. I know it may be set in the same universe, but not a complete and total reboot. They're doing the controls and shit, so if you didn't like the controls in RE5, they're redoing them. Hopefully they won't be stupid and make it a first-person shooter, because then, everybody will hate it. At least the original fans will. That'll just blend into the crowd. Maybe they could make it more action-based. Well, not more, but I don't know, maybe they could make it more like Alone in the Dark, or who knows. Well, anyway, in the Suffering story, you knew what happened before, but you don't know really why the monsters are coming, or why there's a demon. It didn't explain. It doesn't say there's some kind of biblical apocalypse, or some ancient evil, but it's just they just one day show up because of your ass. And that's good enough for me. As long as the monsters were original and scary as the ones in The Suffering. And in Condemned, it's, I don't know, some ancient cult. Like, they make people insane with these weird devices. I'm not quite sure how that works. It's just mostly you hallucinating until you got this weird Kamehameha wave, I heard. I don't know what's up with that. The first game, it was just serial killers and psychos. That game is more weird. Whatever happened to Dino Crisis? It'd be nice if they brought that back. It's like, I know the third one wasn't so good, but if they brought it back kind of like the Resident Evil games, it'd make it work, because dinosaurs are pretty fucking scary. I remember watching my mom play the first Dino Crisis. Yes, my mom used to play video games, and big-ass raptors were a lot scarier than fucking zombies. The scariest part's when that T-Rex comes breaking through the glass. So that's another franchise to try and bring back. See, in most horror games, you're just some asshole running around with one gun, having to kill a bunch of monsters. At least in Alone in the Dark, they tried to innovate. Where you'd have to kill them with fire somehow. So that's at least innovative. You can't just gun them down. Speaking of Alone in the Dark, that's a game they need to redo. I know a lot of people didn't like the newer version. I played the demo and I liked it. I know if they would have put more time and effort. If you've seen RMake21's video, he liked it a lot. But if they would have put more time and effort into it, it probably would have been cult classic, at least. Let's see what else. Of course, there's Doom. Demons from Hell on Mars. That works. I don't know what all they're going to do in Doom 4. Although the graphics will look amazing. You'll still be probably running and gunning. But that'll work as long as the atmosphere is creepy enough and the monsters are terrifying. Although I know a bunch of assholes will probably just mod it and make themselves invincible. Like this one guy, I heard he had the invincible cheat on, yet he was still getting scared while playing Doom 3. That even worked with me. I had the invincible cheat on. I was beating monsters with a flashlight, and still kind of creepy. They could make another Silent Hill game. Never played Silent Hill 5 Homecoming. But that looks pretty scary. I know a lot of the older Silent Hill fans didn't like it, but oh well. Now in most games, the less you know, I know I'm repeating myself, the better. If you running around like the true horror games are not you hunting for someone, is you trying to escape or trying to survive something. Like in the older Resident Evils, you were trying to escape the city or the mansion. In the suffering, you're trying to escape Carney Island in Brooklyn or wherever the second one took place. In Silent Hill, most of them you went there looking for somebody, or you just, I think it's Silent Hill 3, you woke up there, and in 4, you get like trapped in your house. And you don't have the brains to kick out a window. Yeah. So, in most horror games, it's pretty much you have to escape. You have to survive. I don't know how long this video has been running, but I think I'm going to have to cut it off here. So that's me talking about horror game stories.